What's going on, everyone? It's Mike Nekta. Thanks for tuning in. I'm your diamond expert, and today we're going to dive deep into the dazzling world of diamonds to demystify the SI1 and the VS2 clarity grades. What do these terms really mean and how they impact your diamond shopping experience or your choice? Let's find out. First things first, let's talk about clarity. Picture this: tiny inclusions or marks inside your diamond. They're unique. They're as unique as fingerprints on the tips of your fingers. They're very normal to have, and they are what helps us determine one stone from another. So from now on, when we talk and we mention the word diamond inclusions, we're talking about elements that are trapped inside our diamond crystal. It could be another diamond trapped inside our big diamond. It could be a microscopic fracture, which is very normal. It could be a pinpoint, which is a really small crystal. It could be clouds, needles. There's a bunch of different types of inclusions, because you have to remember, these things crystallize deep beneath Earth's surface, and it's very natural. Diamonds can be categorized on the clarity scale, ranging from flawless all the way down to I3. But we're going to talk about the SI1 and the VS2 because they are very common choices when people search for diamond engagement. And each one has its pros and cons. Each clarity has its benefits and weaknesses. First of all, let's talk about what each clarity grade stands for. The SI1 stands for slightly included. The slightly included category is broken up into two. So there's a SI1 and there is also an SI2. The SI2 is lower on the scale, but we're only going to talk about the SI1. Now, one notch higher than the SI1 lies the VS2, which is the bottom of the very slightly included category. There's a VS1, which is a little bit better, but we're going to talk about the VS2, which is one notch lower than VS1 and one notch above SI1. So both categories are broken up into level 1, level 2. That's what the number at the end of those initials stands for. And I don't know if I mentioned this already, but VS stands for very slightly included. So the inclusions are the things that are trapped inside the diamond. The position, the number, and the nature of those inclusions has an effect on the clarity. But you're not a diamond grader, so you don't really care about that. You're just gonna want to understand what to expect when you're looking at a VS2 versus a SI1. Now, these inclusions are going to determine the rarity, the value, and also the personality and character of your diamond. Here is $1 million question, by the way. How noticeable are these inclusions? Well, generally, in an SI1 diamond, they usually tend to be slightly more visible compared to their counterpart, the VS2, which makes a lot of sense. That's why the VS2 is considered a little bit more rare and more high-end compared to the SI1. But I don't want that to discourage you from considering a SI1, because SI1 diamonds will still sparkle just as nice as a VS2. They could be real showstoppers. It's just a matter of how things generally look under a microscope now, or under a jeweler's loupe, for the most part. By the way, here's a pro tip. You definitely want to steer clear. I don't care what the clarity grade is. If it's a clarity grade that's even VS2 or SI1, but your diamond has a chip in it, which is normal, it could happen, it's not so wild, or it has a cavity in it, you probably want to avoid that diamond. I'll tell you, if a diamond has a chip in it and you run your fingernail across the edge of the stone, your fingernail will get stuck and stop at that chip. You don't want that. That chip could actually can grow, and let's say you knock your stone, the chip can get bigger and you could get an even bigger fracture in your diamond. You don't want that. Unless you know what you're doing, unless you're buying that diamond for dirt cheap, unless you feel like you're gonna buy it real cheap and take it back to a diamond cutter to have it recut, unless you wanna scoop that diamond up for dirt cheap and have your jeweler put a prong over the chip, I would avoid it. Okay? Generally, diamond dealers that do acquire diamonds that have chips in them, we send those diamonds back to the diamond cutter to refashion it, polish that chip out. We do lose carat weight, which does reduce the value of the diamond, because carat weight will be the number one thing that will govern price in a diamond. But at least your diamond doesn't have a chip in it, obviously. That was kind of like another pro tip there. Let me hit you with some insider knowledge. Adjusting your clarity grade just one notch up or down can impact the diamond's price by up to 20%. So here's where the magic lies. It's about finding that sweet spot. An eye-clean SI1 or a VS2 that gives you beauty and value in harmony. Now remember, it's not just about inclusions. You have to consider how, the main thing you have to consider, this is the main thing across the board, is the light in the diamond, how that diamond sparkles. Because when it's in a piece of jewelry, no one's going to be looking at it under a microscope, but they will be judging the diamond based on what it does. And what is a diamond supposed to do? It's supposed to sparkle, it's supposed to dance, it's supposed to reflect light, it's supposed to have scintillation and brilliance. That's the flashes of white light plus the little colors of the rainbow that you see coming out of the diamond. That's the main thing you want to see in your diamond. But you do have to keep an eye out for your SI1. I want you to look at it and make sure that the inclusions are not noticeable to the naked eye. And we have a term for that in the industry. It's called eye clean. We want to make sure that the diamond is eye clean. You can have a non-eye clean VS2 diamond also. It's very rare, but it could happen. It could happen with the SI1, which is in between the two. Regardless, I want you to look at the stone and make sure it's eye clean. And if it's not eye clean, make sure that you're okay with whatever inclusion you are seeing. In the SI1, you do get more bang for your buck. You're going to be able to pay a little bit less because you have a lower clarity grade in comparison to the VS2. So you can reinvest that money and maybe get a bigger size than you normally would when you were going with a VS2. Folks, my name is Mike Nekta. I'm a graduate of the Gemological Institute of America. I've been doing this for 2.5 decades personally. I'm a third generation diamond dealer. If you need help or if you have any questions, my phone number is 212-921-4647, or you can comment in the comment section below. Please like, subscribe, and share this video with anyone else that needs to hear it. And if you have any other diamond questions that need to be answered in a video, don't hesitate to mention them in the comment section. Thank you very much, and goodbye.